Greeting peoples of tomorrow. See a need, take a lead. Welcome to On Call 36 Podcast. I'm Barry, the host for today's episode. Today, we will dive into the world of military medicine. But first of all, what exactly is military medicine? From what I know, military medicine is a branch of specialized healthcare that's dedicated to meeting the medical needs of armed forces personnel, veterans, and their families. It involves a diverse range of medical disciplines and practices specifically addressed to encounter the challenges faced during the military service as well as to combat the environment. Today, we are privileged to have Michelle Leong as our guest speaker today. Michelle, would you like to take a moment to introduce yourself to our audience?
So hi, I'm Michelle Leong, a final year medical student from University Pertahanan Nasional Malaysia, or known as Defence National Malaysia of University. So it's an army university, yeah.
I see. Thank you, Michelle. So we would like to have some common questions regarding to this field, military medicine. We would like to know what are the entry requirements to pursue a career in military medicine?
Okay, I'm not sure whether the requirement pursue is for in terms of degree or like masters or you want to enter as a military doctor.
According to what I know is like we would like to know the entry requirements to study a degree in military medicine.
So from my experience, so because I was studying military medicine course in UPNM. So it's a very special course that's only available in UPNM in Malaysia, I guess so. Yeah, and actually the basic requirements is exactly like almost the other med school. I guess. Yeah, like your SPM results or like matriculation results will need to be tip top. This is like the basic requirements. But other than like your academic wise, I feel like what make it special, what make it like much more harder for some person per se to enter military school is because you physically also need to be at least I think a basic pass for them. Yeah, but for if you're not physically very good or like physically like stamina not very good, actually you can apply for civilians instead of you apply for cadets. But for now, actually UPNM didn't open for cadets. Girls for medic girls to enter, only available for boys. But if you are girls and you feel like you want to try for military medicine, you want to like experience army school, yeah, you can always apply through civilians pathway, instead of cadets pathway, because cadet pathway actually like they have much more stricter requirements. They're having like how many push-ups they need to do in 1 minute or 2 minutes like that, and how many minutes they need to run for 3.4 or 3.2 km. I forgot it's 2.4. Like there's a time requirements and like some basic requirements for their physicals lah, you can say. But for civilians actually mostly is physical. Also I guess maybe there's some requirements like you are not OKU, I guess, because actually like my school I don't think is very OKU friendly. Yeah, because there's a lot of stairs and like I feel like OKU very hard to access through the whole facility in our school. And other than that, basically you just need to be healthy, I guess. Healthy.
I see.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's
but I actually right, the requirements or the updates requirements you can always refer to UPU, which is the official website of UPNM. Yeah.
I see. But I guess at this moment our audience will be wondering, actually what does military medicine differ from our traditional MBBS program?
This actually like what I mentioned before, it's like military medicine is only available in UPNM, I guess, in Malaysia. So I think that is why it makes it so special. So how it differ from the traditional or like what we so call is like the normal MBBS course. Actually, our syllabus are almost the same. We also study pathology. We have preclinicals, clinicals. We undergo the same rotations as well. But we have extra courses for military medicine, which we consume quite a lot of time in our academic and also military medicine. So like the other MBBS course, I feel like they have much more holidays than us, because when they're having sem break, even though like our timetable also sem break, but actually we need to commit for military medicine courses. Yeah, so for example, right, like my sem break have 2 weeks, but I need to commit 1 week for my military medicine. So which means I only have 1 week of sem break, or sometimes not even have sem break, because sometimes only like few days of weekends, and then we need to back to the school or back to the camp or back to anywhere that for military medicine.
So according to what you just shared with us, in terms of the course content, it's almost the same with MBBS.
Yes.
How about the duration of military medicine? Is it also 5 years?
Yeah, it's also 5 years. Only we squeeze in like all of our syllabus plus with the military medicine syllabus into 5 years. That's what make it more packed and much stressful for some people, but some people might enjoy it. Yeah.
I see. So how about in terms of the extra training? Like just now you mentioned that you guys also go through the same rotation, the same syllabus with us, just that maybe you need to attend extra classes regarding to the military medicine and like those training.
For training wise, it's actually depends, because it depends on which category of students you're in. Like for UPNM, we have 3 categories of students. So the first one is cadets, which is like they're already bounded with the defense department of like Ministry of Defense. So they're already like contract, and then basically it's like their IC already give to the military. So they actually during the 5 years of training, they don't really have an IC. They only have the cadets card. We call it BATSI lah. And for the second category is Palapes, which is the Reserve Army, and which I also currently I was joined. And so this is basically you can just understand it was like a part-time army. So cadet is a full-time army, and then Reserve Army is a part-time army. So and then the last one is civilians, which is also known as Awam in our school. So civilians basically they are not join with any military trainings. They only like the other university students, they just come to classes, and extra thing is like they just join for the military medicine course. So if you are like want to know like the training intensity, of course cadets full-time, right? So they're having like the timetable is already fixed for them. Like maybe in the morning what they want to do, like after class what they want to do. So which means like their time are 24 hours being occupied. Because they are signed under Ministry of Military, so Defense. So which means like they are the real army, even though they are cadets. But after, if like they've managed to finish the course or the 5-year course, then they will be commissioned as a military doctor, the real military doctor, military officer and military doctor. So for the Reserve Army, so because we are kind of like neutral in one way, like we are part-time, right? So we enjoy life as a civilian student, as well as suffer my life as a cadet Reserve Army. So it's basically like so for Reserve Army, your time, you still have your time, but it's like some specific time, like weekends. Sometimes we will have trainings, so you will not have your weekend and you need to attend for trainings, which is like sometimes. And also like Wednesday we also have uniform day, so which means Wednesday we will go baris, which is like line up in the early morning. We still sing Negaraku. We're really patriotic there. We still line up like in the early morning before. I think by 6 we already need to line up and then sing Negaraku, like those kind of things. And then weekend we will go for trainings. Trainings is almost like I wouldn't say like the intensity maybe will be lesser than cadets, but also like we have like the weapons class.
Oh, weapon class.
And then like the barracks exam. Which is like Kawat exam. Kawat exam. We're having Kawat exams by the way. It's an exam, okay? And then like we're having like a lot of like strategy class, laws class, and like it's basically like we're having like military training, and also we enjoy our life as civilian students. So if like during like non-training time, so actually we are just like the other civilian student or the other med school student, we also can have our time, can go out, like outing and so on.
I see. That's really interesting. But let's talk about the potential restriction. As a student studying military medicine, what are the potential restrictions that they might encounter?
Like you mean like challenges they encounter?
Like restriction, like because I'm now a student studying military medicine, is there any restriction that I can't normally do as the civilian students?
Actually, right, I feel like it doesn't have much restriction. Instead, like you, like in another way around, actually you have much more potential to do something, right? Because you're doing extra things.
Yes.
Compared to the other university student or other med students. So which means you learn more things than them. So actually I'm not sure like your restriction is like they want to further study, they're like their knowledge is just restricted in military wise, or how?
The restriction is like because as according to what I know, military students, they actually like, in my thinking, is like they have like many rules to restrict them. Because us like MEC students, we always can do whatever we want because we are studying as a MEC students. But in my thinking, I think maybe military students, they might have more rules to restrict them.
Yeah, of course, because you are studying in an army school. How can you can't have a rules, right? Even you study in like UTAR right now, you also have some rules, right? Like you're going to class, of course, like formal wear, right?
Yes.
For us, I feel like it's much more strict, maybe because like I feel like because our school actually is much more like a government school, like, but maybe not as free as other government school. We have like attire like restriction, and especially like I feel like the attire is something that very very restricted, or very very like I feel like very take attention to in our faculty, because for our faculty, which is the medicine faculty, we're actually having sometimes we're having like some last minute barrays in front of the faculty, like compared to the other faculty in our uni. And then we will have like the attire check, sport check, nail check, hair check, and then of course for the guys, they couldn't have beard. They need to be clean, presentable, show professionalism.
I see.
And of course like because there are curfew in my uni, I have not mistaken, from 6 a.m. until 11:59 p.m. So which means other than this time, we cannot go in and out of the campus like much more freely lah. If you really like want to go in, if you have like solid reason or solid solid excuse lah, then they might open the gate for you. But if not, sometimes you are like they will halal you away lah. Or like you are not allowed to go in. Because actually what makes like our uni is different from government uni is because like my uni is inside of the military camp. So we have 2 gates. So we need to pass through the first gate, which is the military camp gate, which is army camp in Sungai Besi. And then after a roundabout, and then only we having the second gate, which is our uni gate. So in order for us to enter into like the campus, we need to pass through 2 gates, which makes us like our life much cannot say miserable lah, only like can say like much more rules to follow.
I see. That's really like I can hear from your sharing is more restrict compared to other MEC students. But how about like the pathways and requirements to become an official military doctors?
The pathway is actually join UPNM. Yeah, because if not mistaken, right, right now, they are not open for any other uni to join as the graduate officer for military doctor. Yeah, they only accept graduates from UPNM. Yeah, so in order for you to like work as a military doctor, first, of course, you need to enter UPNM. If possible, as a cadet, because cadet is like you have the ticket to get into the jobs already, but only like you just need to pass all your exams. Yeah, and if you are not as a cadet, then of course as a palapes or civilian student, but as long as you're in UPNM, you study the MD courses, which is the military doctor degree in UPNM. Then you graduate. After graduate, you need to apply for graduates officer. Yeah, and graduate officers also have requirements. I think annually they have different requirements. Yeah, and somehow like nowadays actually they didn't really accept girls graduates or like girls military graduate officers to join as a military doctor. Yeah, so far they only open for boys lah. So yeah, boys, if you want to become like a boy to man, yeah, just go in lah, or just get the opportunity. Yeah, but if like you are from the other university, if not mistaken, not from MD degree lah. I mean like dentistry, they are still open for other university. So it's like after you graduate, you need to apply for the graduate officers, and then after apply for graduate officers, if you pass the interview and the basic physical test and your medical checkup, then of course you need to undergo 6 to 9 months military trainings. Yeah, this is a very tough one because basically your handphone or like your electronic gadgets will be away from you lah. Yeah, you're totally in an enclosed area of you just need to know your trainings, and you need to pass through all of the 9 months, or I think 9 months lah for them. And after the 9 months, only you will be commissioned as a military officer, as a lieutenant muda, which is a second lieutenant, and also work as and then you enter KKD, which is Kesehatan Diraja. Yeah, which is under army lah. Yeah, and then you will work as a military doctor.
So from what you share, can I conclude that if I were to become a military doctor, I must study in UPNM?
For now, yeah, because I think they closed the entry for the other university already. Because actually, a few years back then, like even you are from UTAR, UKM, UPM, or whatever university you are in, as long as your degree or MBBS degree is like qualified enough, and you can apply for the graduate officers pathway. Yeah,
I see. So how about the specialists? Like from the general physician to specialists in terms of surgery and psychiatry, what are the options that actually open to the students who are studying military medicine?
Okay, so for my knowledge, right? Okay, so basically, if you are studying military medicine, doesn't mean like you need to become a military doctor. Like me, I'm a palapes, and I have choices whether I want to apply for graduate officers or not. If not, I will just like the other med student, just go for KKM, apply for housemanship. It's the same pathway. Yeah, but then if you're cadets or you're planning to work as a military doctor, then of course you will be not your job scope will be not under KKM. You will be under the Ministry of Defense. So it's different. Yeah, even like some SOPs and like the CPG clinical practice guidelines, they're still following the KKM one, but mainly their pathway is like under surveillance by supervised and like under the Ministry of Defense lah. Yeah, so actually if like I'm not under Ministry of Defense, I'm under KKM. So of course my pathway, my how I want to like further study, I want to get specialty, the pathway is exactly same like the other university students. We need to compete in the same way.
I
So
see.
and then but if like you're working as a military doctor, actually then your pathway and like your further study, actually a lot of it depends on what the Ministry of Defense want to shape you. Like okay, so that's actually right, I feel like and also like from what my lecturers like told me before, like actually in Ministry of Defense they're having like much more limited specialty compared to KKM. Because they like it's like it depends on Ministry of Defense what they lack of. If they lack of cardiologists, even you are like you want cardiosurgeon so much, you want to study, you want to like specialize in cardiosurgery, but because of the circumstances that lack of like the physician, which is the cardiologist, so you are like forced to enter cardiologist. You're forced to like you can deny, you can like just you can choose another pathway, or like you can deny to enter the further study. But I feel like it's such a waste lah, because in military, right, how you want to go further study actually it really like depends on your luck. Because a lot of people, a lot of military personnel actually are waiting to further study. So there are like a long list of waiting list. Actually it's like KKM only, like us, like we compete for something together, they also compete for something together. So actually basically they are doing the same things, and for their specialty they're having like us, clinical specialty, of course, like cardiology I don't think so, cardiologist, and like orthopedics, surgeons, general surgeons, IMs, physicians, radiologists, and so on. And they also have like the specialty, which is like the military medicine specialty, like the underwater medicine, aviation medicine, those kind of things. It's for this very specialty, right? It depends on I feel like it also depends on how they want to arrange you for further study, because sometimes they will let you further study as a master's student or just go for courses. It depends.
I see. Just now you mentioned about aviation medicine and naval and underwater medicine. Would you like to further give us some information regarding to these two subtopics in the field of military medicine?
Yeah, of course. So aviation medicine and naval and underwater medicine actually is this is a two subjects. So it's a two of my military medicine courses that I completed last year. So actually we have 5 years of military medicine courses. Like first year we're having like military trauma and life support, second year army medicine, third year aviation and naval and underwater medicine, and then my final year will be battlefield medicine. So it's like different military medicine, but I would like to say it's actually we are introduced to the basic only. If you want to like further study on those subjects, of course you need to enroll in military lah. This is what I know. So for aviation medicine, we have the course, the practice and the course in Air Force Base. Air Force Base in Subang. And our naval and underwater medicine, for short is naval medicine lah. Naval medicine, actually we having it in Lumut, which is the Navy base in Lumut. So we actually like for military medicine, right, we travel a lot actually. So we visit like different places as well. And aviation medicine actually is like we focus on the physiology of human body lah, in low altitude, which means like when you're flying in like very high altitude, which is like low altitude lah, which is like very high level, right? So it's low altitude or low pressure. What's your body will react, and like your balancing mechanism, what you need to do what you can't do on when you're flying. Yeah, so basically we like take care of the pilot's health lah. Yeah. And also then naval medicine, as the name already mentioned, is Navy. So it's all about water. Aviation all about air, and then Navy all about water. Yeah. So we learn about it's very in contrast from aviation medicine, because for underwater medicine we study human body under high pressure, which is underwater. Yeah. So actually we visited like hyperbaric chamber. Yeah, hyperbaric chamber in aviation medicine, and hyperbaric chamber, which is high pressure one, in naval medicine lah. Yeah, so and actually I feel like naval medicine, actually we do quite a lot of activities there. Not only underwater medicine, we have the chance to enter CRBNI, which is the toxic gas room. I mean like the chamber lah, the gas chamber. We call it as gas chamber. We're like we are not provided any like oxygen tank or mask. We are required to like just close your eye, and someone will lead you, and you are like bare skinned inside the gas chamber, which filled with tear gas. And you can experience how tear gas like react on your skin. So it's basically what I experienced is like wasabi on your eyes.
Oh
yeah.
Wow.
If you accidentally like open your eyes, or accidentally the gas goes into your eyes, it feels like wasabi goes into your eyes. Yeah. So and other than that, we also like we learn how to use the oxygen tank, and like how to move blindly in a smoke house. Because we are blindfolded,
yes,
with like gas tank, and we are like we are ordered to go into the smoke house. Yeah. And then of course, like a lot of things that you will only experience in military medicine. Yeah, it's very adventurous, fun, but I would like to say it's very tiring, because it's actually use a lot of your physicals. Yeah, because we're having like warm ups. Our warm up is like swim in the sea. Wow. Yeah, or like run around the camp or something like that. So this is like during military medicine is like half military training as well. It's like no matter you are civilians, palapes, or cadets, civilians also are forced to run also, okay? So that's why I say physically is very physical is very important.
Means the stamina.
Yeah, the stamina is important.
I see. Then let's come back to as a military doctor. Now, for example, I'm already a military doctor. So what actually the responsibility for me as a military doctor at the campsite?
You mean like at the campsite is like when it's war or it's peace, like here? Why the other country have their army school, but why not Malaysia? Like your mental and physical. I managed to enter the jet simulation to fly a jet. If you really want to enter UPNM, think twice.